Is it working now? That was really weird. I'm sorry about that. So as you can see from the title, I'm doing a huge yarn and craft destashing. I need things going out the door as soon as possible. If you are in my area in North Carolina or can get into my area, can avoid shipping, obviously that's ideal for everybody. But like I need them out like yesterday. I have a lot of yarn that I've accumulated over the years with a lot of intentions to do things, and then I got sidetracked and kind of, you know how it goes. Becoming a yarn hoarder, it's like not, um, it's not kind of what we all expect to happen, but sometimes it happens to the best of us or me. If you're me. So the first thing I'm going to go through is I have a huge crate of kind of textural yarn. I sold some yarn that had some texture yesterday, so I just pulled out this whole crate and was like taking a bunch of pictures. What I will not be doing, and I'm going to put this in the chat. Voting prices, please email me more info. Okay. Wow, that's weird how it's oh, maybe I had the problems because I was logged into my other account and then tried to do both accounts. I'm not quite sure. So I'm just going to go through some yarn that I have. I'll try to explain as much as I can. Some of it is thrifted yarn. I do not know how much there is. Some of it will be incomplete balls. I'm also like really likely to like cut you a deal on just kind of like whatever. Like I want to get a lot of this yarn out. I prefer like there's a place that I can donate all my yarn, not all of it. I'm still going to be crocheting and doing things, but like I could just give this yarn like back to this place, but I prefer to sell it and like help me with the moving process a little bit. So if anyone is interested in this yarn, please let me know. Shipping can be a little bit of a beast, just a heads up, but I am going to be using Pirate Ship to minimize costs as much as possible. So let's get into some of the yarn that I have. And I'll just dig in and tell you what I know about it. So this is a full skein of Mainstays velvet yarn. It is a 6 super bulky. It's this beautiful green, purple, and blue velvet yarn. Very beautiful. A lot of this yarn I got from my queerdos and my weirdos, like the little stuffies I was going to make. But just kind of never got around to doing them because other things took precedence. It's very, very soft, very squishy. It is a super bulky 6. It recommends a 8mm hook. It is 100% polyester. It's woman-owned, which is women-owned, which is cool. And the color is blue multi from Walmart. So very, very pretty yarn. I wish I had better lighting here, but still kind of getting the gist of it, right? Maybe if I like tilt up. So very, very pretty yarn. I'm gonna do something with the lighting. It's just not right. Let me see if I can get my you know what I'm talking about. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my ring light, and I'm gonna hopefully be able to show you the colors a little bit more true to what they are, because that's kind of a big deal. So again, this is kind of my textured yarn. This is definitely not all the yarn I can part with, but we're going to try to get this ring light on this table. Ring light doesn't typically like to stay on this table, but desperate times, desperate measures, whatever. Again, I won't be quoting the prices here, but just they're going to be really cheap. I'm going to be like, hey, like I can throw in this, I can throw in that. Shipping, like I said, bit of a beast. Unavoidable if you're, if you're not local to me. If you are local, I am willing to do pickup, but I kind of need as much of this gone this week as possible. So if you could help a brother out, that would be super duper, but I understand we're all working on different budgets. So, I'm just going to go through some of the yarn. I can't, there's so much yarn that I'm willing to part with. So if you're looking for something specific, I probably have something similar. So just let me know. And okay, so this is the color. So you can see it's a lot more vibrant and less poopy. It wasn't poopy before, but it's just not. It's not the same color that it showed before. So get that out of the way. So you can see it's not quite as bright as it's showing, but it is. It's not dull and dusty either. It's very beautiful, very soft versions of the colors you see. And again, it's green, blue, and purple, and the color is blue multi, and its mainstay is velvet yarn. Put that back here. Okay, so we're gonna kind of go through velvet yarns first. This next yarn, no idea what it is. No idea what it is at all. It's a really thin velvet, probably like a 3-weight velvet. Beautiful baby, almost like steel blue. It's gorgeous. It's fairly thin. It looks like an entire skein of something. Skein of what? No idea. It looks like it would be really fun to work with and create something out of. I just don't know what it is. So I cannot even pretend to recommend this to you. I also have some Bernat baby velvet. The velvet kind of always gets away from the packaging. So you can see the difference in baby velvet and how thick it is versus this yarn. It's pretty noticeable difference. So that's this baby blue velvet. And this looks like a full skein of Bernat baby velvet in the color let's see. So it's called Fairy Lavender. It's a medium number 4. Recommends a 5mm hook, and it's 100% polyester. 3.5 ounces. It's just really beautiful. It says lavender. It's kind of like I would call it more of a dusty rose personally, but they named it, not me. So, oh my gosh, it keeps on falling out of the tab, whatever. Okay, so the next ones I got from Granny D about 1,000,000 years ago, and I just don't use velvet. I keep trying to use velvet, and I'm like, nah, I don't really like it. So this is one. So I imagine that both of the ones I'm going to show you are Bernat velvet. I don't really know anything other than that. So this one has shades of maroon, gray, blue, and then kind of a purple. It's very, very pretty, very soft. Very nice. So if you like working with velvet, this would be a beautiful color to work with. I imagine you could do something patriotic with this in the US, or you could do something just totally different with this. Very beautiful colors, very soft. The next one, I think is a ball and a half, a skein and a half. It's a mess. I will tell you that right now. I do apologize. So this is the colorway. So it's got gold, kind of a jade color, and then maybe a light tan. And again, this looks like Bernat velvet to me. And then I also have what looks like a full skein that kind of barfed a little bit. So maybe a skein and a half of this color. Same color, very soft, very nice. I'm trying to get, I don't use velvet, so I have no use for it whatsoever. Okay, so let's see. So I think that's pretty much, okay, so I do have this, and I tried to find the name of it. I could not find it on the Walmart website. I got it at Walmart a while ago. For some reason, I was stupid and didn't put a tag on it. But, so the reason it's in a bag is because it is, it barfed on me, and then I was like, well, freaking bye. So it has a bunch of different textures all within it. So it's got some like boucle texture, it's got velvet, it's got velvet of different sizes. So as you can see, it's got this really thick velvet right here, and then it has a much thinner velvet right here. It's all kind of this this like slate blue, but a little bit more rich, except when you get to the thinner velvet parts where those get a little bit more gray. It's very pretty, but I just couldn't handle the barf, so this is going in a bag. I could not find the name of it. It's either Mainstays or Bernat. And it's like, I felt like the name had something like home something in it, but I couldn't find it. So I'm just like, please take it. Please take it away from me. It's just a strand of yarn. Okay, so now that I have those out of the way, again, a lot of these are just like textural pieces. So these next three, so this is from AC Moore when they were still in business, RIP. This is a Stitch Studio by Nicole. This is a Supreme. I have 3 different colors. It is a 7 jumbo weight. It's 100% acrylic. It is a knit piece like this. It's not a tube. Bernat Casa. Okay, I knew it had something to do with home. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that so much. Yes, Bernat Casa. There we go. So I have 3 different colors of this. Let's see. So this is a color. It's like an army green. Give me a color. Is that just a no? Okay, I have no idea what the names are, but I have like an army green, light gray, and then I have a baby pink. So each one has approximately 32.8 yards. Would be great for like hand knitting or something like that. And it recommends a 25 millimeter hook. So you could probably have some fun with that. Do something creative, create something for the home. Okay, so let's see. I've got 2 of these. Now we're just gonna get really like buck wild with it. So this is more of like a plushy yarn. For some reason, it doesn't like to stay in the ball. In the tape, it's just like, nope, we are rebelling. We are Hobby Lobby yarn, and so fuck y'all. So this is Baby Bee Adorable pink/white multi. It is 3.5 ounces, 100 grams. It is 92 yards per ball, 100% polyester, 5 bulky, and I have about a ball and maybe a little bit more than a ball and a half on this. I wound this up to make it a little bit easier because this one did barf on me as well. I just, things love to barf on me. I can't help it. It's super, super soft. My mom bought this for me because she bought it because she was going to make a baby blanket for her coworker and then just didn't have time. So I ended up making a baby blanket out of it. Very easy to use. I don't buy Hobby Lobby yarn myself, but I do take free yarn. Probably part of the reason why I have all these problems. But yes, so this is a very cute little set. Then, so this is still in stores. This is Michael's Loops and Threads Twisted Tones. These are the colors. This is a paprika spice. Paprika. It's a jumbo 7. They recommend a 9mm hook. So this is like fall colors all together. I have like 4.5 balls of this. It is 82 yards per ball. I made a headband out of it, and I think that's all I did with it. I really wanted to like use it because the sample that they had was so gorgeous, but there's no problem with the yarn. You can see here it 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 almost looks like a boucle, but it doesn't have that like homespun, like really hard to crochet with boucle aspect to it, if that makes sense. So it does have a lot of texture naturally. I used a V-stitch with this and up my my hook size, and it was very pretty. But yeah, so I have a lot of those, or a couple of those, I should say, because a lot of these are just like one-offs that I found at like thrift stores and stuff like that. Okay, so the next one, I've got maybe like almost 2 balls of Loops and Threads Charisma yarn, and it's 109 yards per ball. And this is the color Northern Lights, so it's like green, purple, blue, turquoise, and black. It's a very, very pretty yarn, very nice colors. And like I said, I'm like, I just need to get stuff out, and I like a little bit of money would really help me in my moving costs. So anything that you see that you like, please let me know. My email is in the description below. So here's where we start to get a little crazy. Okay, so I have 2 full, well, not yet. Okay, so I have 2 full skeins of Caron Cloud Cakes in the color Rah Rah Raspberry. Nice, beautiful, super, super, oh my gosh, crazy soft color. I started making a Lost Soul shawl with the other one, but I'm going to frog that and just sell both of them. So yeah, I'll be selling those together, hopefully. And let's see, I have these I bought from Hirschner's a while ago because I was going to do this for my bouquet. This is Sundance Cutesy. It's a 6-weight yarn. It's 32 yards. It recommends a size Q hook, which, whatever that means. Q, is that like a 15 or something? I don't know if all that's necessary. It looks like a chain spun yarn. And it's very pretty. This is the color Prince Multi. So it's like a light mint and a light blue chain spun together. It's very cute, very thick, and very, very plush. I'm gonna try to just go with what things I have with labels, because a lot of these don't have labels anymore. So these are Buttercream Luxcraft Angel Hair. They're 3.5 ounces. They're 5 bulky weight. 50 nylon, 50 acrylic, 28 nylon, 22 wool. And then let's see if they have the color. I mean, it's white. It's a white color. I wouldn't even say it's cream. It's just white. You can see a lot of like this like nice fuzzy texture. Super, super soft. Would be great for plushies. Any accessories where you want to add a little tuft of like softness, this would be so great for it. And it's just a really soft hair, soft fiber. As long as someone wasn't allergic to wool, because it does have wool in it, but very nice. I don't feel like squeezing this. I don't feel like it's a full skein, so I would say it's like a skein and like 80% of another. This is Lion Brand Jiffy. I just have one of these. It's the Lion Brand Jiffy Quick and Easy Mohair Look yarn. It's machine washable and dryable. It's 100% acrylic though. It's 135 yards. It recommends a K or a 6.5 millimeter hook. The color is black, and it's got that look of like a wool. It's got that fuzzy look. That's some cat hair. Sorry. So it's got a really nice, like, fuzzy look to it. Very soft, uh, very, it's like borderline scarfable, if we're using those terms. I don't know. I think this would be a really great hat for wintertime, personally. Okay, anything else with a label? So this is the Rowan cotton braid. It's 60% cotton, 68% cotton. Sorry, there's a price sticker in the way. Some amount of linen. Trying to get the sticker off, not destroy the label. 22% maybe viscose. Yeah, 22% viscose, and the rest is linen. Okay, so that gives you enough details, hopefully. So this is a really really cute yarn. It's a one of those like decorative yarns. It has different shades of purple going through a white thread base. So very cute for like adding details. I wouldn't crochet like a whole piece from it probably, but it is very cool looking. It really just goes through a bunch of shades of like violets, like light violet, cream, and then like a deeper violet, and then it has that white stranding through it. So it's just more of like a decorative yarn. Okay, so I believe this is a full skein of Stitch Studio by Nicole, and this is the color Grandeur. This is a 6 bulky, 100% acrylic, 64 yards. The color is Elegant Earth. It's kind of like a bronze color. It does felt up quite a bit when you work with it. I don't think I've worked at all with this. I would say that if this is not a full skein, it's very, very close. Very nice, and nice kind of thick, like, rope look to it, but it's super, super soft. Obviously, it's not anything like a rope that you like. It's not like paracord or anything like that. Okay, so here are two different colors. So these are the Eco Brights. This is a discontinued yarn from Loops and Threads. So I got the green color and I have the orange color. I might have some more lying around of these colors. They are tube yarns. They're very, very soft. I don't prefer to work with them, honestly, but if you have a knitting machine, they do run really, really well on a knitting machine. Some people like working with this yarn. For me, it was the year after they introduced Eco Cozy, and it just didn't compare. But they say, so it's made out of 100% recycled plastic, 255 yards per full ball, 5-weight bulky, and then, yeah. So both of these colors. This one's kind of like, it's not fully bright orange. It's kind of like a little pastel, and then this one's a pretty good bright, like Kelly green. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have a yarn avalanche. This is Premier Yarns Mega Brushed. It looks like a full skein. Could not be. I don't know. 2.45 grams, 100% acrylic. Medium 4-weight. This is, again, the same kind of color scheme, a teal, a green, a purple, black, that I had in another yarn, in the Loops and Threads Charisma. It matches almost the same colors. It's just a 4-weight yarn instead of a 5-weight yarn. So, so yeah, it's very nice. It's got a nice brush texture to it, so it's nice and soft, and feels a little like felted. Now between these two, now this is worked up on a knitting machine, but you can obviously unravel it. I made it so that it would be easy to unravel. So between these two, this is a full skein. This is, I love this yarn, Wool Naturals, pure and simple. The color is Toasted Almond. It's got a nice like light cream color and then like a more toasted almond type color. It's not soft at all. I would say scarfable, not to me. Some people like the feel of wool. I personally don't. So I grabbed it just because everyone was getting wool, and I thought that I should get wool. But it works up really well on a knitting machine. Had no problems with it whatsoever. And then I didn't have to touch it very much. But it's not the most scratchy wool. It's just that it's not like it's not like a comfort wool, if you know what I mean. So like there's uses for it, but like I feel like worked up in a knitting machine, like this is like a very cozy like little sock or like mittens or something like that works perfect. But I, you know, having that inspiration without the knitting machine was a little harder for me. But some people really like, wool in all of its forms. Okay, now we are. Oh wait, here's some more of that purple yarn that I didn't. That I had to peel the label off the cotton braid. So this is, let's see, You Are Bernat Soft Boucle. This is the color. It just has like a color number 26929 Earth Shades. There we go. It's light brown and then kind of like an almost black. It's not the standard boucle of like having a very standard pattern to it. It's a lot more kind of like natural. Like we'll just see how this spins up. And let's see what you are made of. 28% Genile soft acrylic, 2% polyester, 5 ounces. So it says soft boucle. It's not. I would compare it to a homespun in softness, but it does have a lot of texture, which I do always find pretty interesting. Okay, now we're getting to the unlabeled stuff. Okay, so this is a purple, like lavender, almost pink. It might be actually towards the pink tones. I'm not sure. It's purple or pink. I'm not quite sure. Lilac. So this is it's kind of got the makings of what would be a velvet yarn, but instead it kind of feels like it's got these like cottony like puffs hanging off of it instead of like the typical like velvet feel. When it's all together, it almost is so soft that it almost feels matted. I have not tried crocheting with this, so I can't attest to the ease of crochet. Some people I think they would love this texture. It's so soft. This looks like probably a little less than a full skein of whatever it is. The things that are like just like bits and bats and like whatever, like I'm gonna like they're gonna go for like I'm just gonna be like, going throw this in for $1. Like I don't care that much about this. So but yeah, it's very soft and very I can imagine like a bunch of fun, like if you're making like a stuffy and you want to be really soft and cozy and you're making like a bear and you want like fluff inside the bear ears or something like that. A bunny, oh my gosh, a bunny with these in the ears. My gosh, that would be amazing. Then I have 2 of this brown. It's not the softest, but the color tones really drew me in. Now it is spun. I don't really. The twist is like it's almost like it's chain spun, to be honest. It might not be, but I have 2 cakes of this, and it's brown with flecks of like every color in it, but the flecks are all kind of muted tones, so it's a really interesting brown that I was really drawn to. So got these two. No idea what they are. Now this is a boucle, and I'm willing to bet that this is a Bernat. A homespun. So this is a. It reminded me kind of like of a rainbow homespun, which is the only reason I bought it, even after I sold all my homespun years ago. So it's got red, blue, and green, and they're all very, very vivid colors. You can see why I kind of got like rainbow vibes off of that. I don't think that this is a full skein of homespun, but it's a good portion. I mean, this is a solid, solid ball. If you like homespun, if you like boucle yarn, I think that you would have a lot of fun with this, but I'm willing to bet this is fun. This, I feel like I might have known the name at one point. This yarn is actually very similar. I think. No, it's not that similar. Okay, never mind. So this is more like a velvet yarn. It still has that kind of like cottony coming off of it, but it's less full in the what comes off of it, what comes off of the strand, core strand, than the pink one I showed, the lilac one. This is a light blue. It's very pretty, very soft. Feeling the inside, this is probably about half a ball. And yeah, this would be like next to nothing. Just shipping, adds weight and stuff like that. Same colors of just kind of like teals and blues and stuff like that. This looks like a Caron Simply Soft print. Feels like a Caron Simply Soft print, so I'm just going to assume that that's what it is. I have a bunch of random different colors that I can throw into anything. This is a nice, I feel like I know what this is, but I can't quite put my finger on it. I feel like maybe this is like Woolies or something, but it's very soft. It's softer than I feel like Woolies normally is, but it's this kind of like, it's the green I love. It's like pea soup green. I love this color. It's so pretty. So just like a little ball of that. And then this is from Moda Dia, and this is Eden. This is another decorative yarn. And this is the color Earth. It's a 5-weight bulky, but like, boy, when I tell you that I don't know how they classified this, to be honest, like it's got this really like nice neutral brown in there, and then it's got these cream like little bubbles or something going through it. It's a really cool textural yarn. I can't quite show you. Give me 1 second. My wife is calling. Sorry about that. So yeah, so this is little like kind of like cream colored, just like doodads, and it's so hard to get. Let me get up in there, and this is probably the softest yarn I have. Like it's so crazy soft. I just like it. Just like when I touched it, I was like, mine. Um, so yeah, there's that. Here is some, by the feel of it, it's gotta be some kind of Red Heart Super Saver that I've never seen the color in person. It's perfect Halloween colors. It's green, red, orange, black, um, and purple. Perfect Halloween colors. It's pretty scratchy. I imagine it's 100% acrylic, like I said. I'm envisioning, Red Heart Super Saver for this. This is probably a full skein of the smaller size. I haven't used any of it yet. So this is a full skein. I know it's like balled up and doesn't look like that, but it barfed on me and I had to like untangle it. So I made a little ball out of it. So this is a Sesame Street yarn. I can't find the name of it. It got discontinued and there's still Sesame Street yarns out there. So it's really hard to dig through and find the name of this one. As you can see, it's got a lot of texture coming off of it. It looks so cool worked up. Surprisingly easy to work up. This is the Oscar the Grouch color, so it's got white, a lime green, and then like a Kelly green. It's so cool. Creates such cool texture. I love it. I wanted to use it. Ended up not being able to use it, so I hope it can find a home with someone who loves it. This I kind of really don't want to give up, but I'm on a roll, so I gotta kind of try, right? So this is I have no idea what it is, what it's made out of. It seems like there's definitely wool content in it. It's a roving of all different shades of green, probably like my dream yarn right here. Very, very, very pretty. Easy to work with. I would probably bounce this to like a 5 roving. But it gets really, really, really thin right there. Like that's like a 2, 3. So it's gorgeous. It works up really nicely. If you love roving, and you don't need a whole ton of it, like this would be great. Some more just like random little tiny balls that I'm not even gonna show because that's not even worth it. This is a velvet that has like, oh my gosh, this is definitely like roller rink realness. I'm trying to show the rainbow. It's like neon rainbow. It's like black base with neon rainbow. I guess it's a velvet yarn. It's definitely some kind of yarn. uh, so it's like center strand, but then it's got kind of like a pom pom type of like texture to it, where it kind of comes out from all over, and then but once it's flattened, it just kind of comes out of two sides like a kind of flat strand. But the colors are so pretty. They are so bright and rainbow, and you can't see it, which is frustrating. Very small amount, next to nothing. This is a bunch of different green tones. It appears to be 100% acrylic. And it's got greens, browns. It's just very, very pretty. Very soft. I would doubt that this has wool in it. I would bet that this is 100% acrylic, but it's probably one of those that they I mean, it's scarfable for sure. The amount, you can't make a scarf out of that unless it's just like chain. It's just a chain. But it seems like a full ball, and it seems like a 5 weight to me. So very pretty. And then there's this. I liked it because it was like trans pride colors. It's roving. It's got this kind of like ribbon around it. Light blue, dark blue, pink, maybe like a mint. And then it's just a really, really pretty yarn. It's just very pretty. There's not a whole lot of it. Very squishy, and just like a really nice, it's like roving with that ribbon around it. with like a white ribbon around it, and then it's also got like a shimmer around it that follows the colors of the yarn. So it's really cool. And then in my texture basket, so I have a cone of this. This is likely cotton. It seems like, if not a full cone, almost a full cone. It is a very thin cotton. Well, it's a thread, cotton thread, but it's also roving. And it is, let me see, how would I describe this green? Probably like a jade green. And it's pretty stacked, so it's pretty good amount of yarn. It's a roving style cotton yarn. I imagine it's cotton. I can only assume. Now I did thrift this, so some of the yarn, especially like at the top, you can see where like maybe some dust collected where it sat for a while. So whenever you're making making something out of this, obviously you're gonna want to make sure that you wash it thoroughly. But this is a really cool color, and I just thought it would make amazing textures. Like, you can just see the texture on the bottom of like the roving style. So very cool. And then last but not least, in this, so I bought this a while ago when I was going to try it out, do like, a initial review, stuff like that. I bought this when it first came out, no discount. This is Lion Brand Chainette. It's 65% baby alpaca, 35% nylon. I love chain spun yarn. So when I saw it, I was like, I gotta have it. It is super, 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 super soft. It's very, very pretty. This is the color Spice. It's a nice pumpkin-y color. I have 3 full balls of this, and it's a 4-weight, 1.75 ounces, 164 yards. It's super hand washed, lay flat dry. Let's see, 5.5 millimeter hook. This is super pretty, and I imagine anything made out of this would be 100% more gorgeous because it's just that pretty of a yarn. So again, this is the Lion Brand Chainette yarn. So that is all for my like texture crate or whatever. So I'm just gonna throw this back in there. So I know some of you are just tuning in. I know some of you have been watching a little while. Sorry about that phone break I took. So if any of this yarn interests you, after you watch all of it together, you can email me. Again, I'm really trying to just get the yarn out the door, so like the pricing of it is going to be very low, but I need some help. I mean, I need to destash like now, and if I can make a little bit of money off of it, that would be ideal, because I am moving and I just have too much to move, and I'd rather give it to someone who I know than to give it, just to donate it back to where half this yarn is from. So let me know if you're interested in any of this. I'll put this back and I will bring some more yarn out. I feel like this is like a yarn silent auction. Velvet is like always on my nerves. Caught on the butt. Can't help that. Booty wants what the booty wants. There are a lot of yarns that I'm like, I really don't want to part with this, but I know it's better to just, pull the Band-Aid off. Plus, it's like, it's so much easier to move and you have less shit, and I won't have room for this. I definitely won't have room for a lot of this yarn. So let me put this up, and I will be back soon with some more yarn that we can talk about. Just grabbing yarn. Do, 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 do. Still grabbing yarn. Sorry about that. So much fucking yarn. Dear God. Okay. This is good for one pass, I suppose. Okay, so next is oh God. My life is so hard. So this is some Yarn Bee Hue IQ. I bought this about a million years ago, before I knew how bad Hobby Lobby was. This is the color Smoked Plum. It is a, let's see what they say it is. 100 grams, 100% acrylic. They recommend using a 10 millimeter hook. I would call this a 6-weight. It is 57 yards. I have 2 and maybe half balls of this, maybe a little less than a half. So this is really beautiful. It's got these kind of like rose gold to like more like leaning towards violet rose gold tones. They're very pretty. Bought that a long time ago. This is just more decorative yarn. It's a bunch of gold ribbon yarn, and it's very, very pretty. It goes from a very, very light gold to a very deep kind of like bronzed color. It's actually a little net, so it'd be great if you wanted to stretch that out for details, or if you wanted to crochet it all together as a ribbon. Very pretty, no idea what it is. Metallic, shiny, sparkle, gorgeous, very pretty. How many times can I say the same thing? A million times. So here are 2 balls of Lion Brand Scarfie. They're totally full. This is the color cranberry and black. Scarfie has 5.3 ounces, 78% acrylic, and 22% wool. I don't really like Scarfie myself, but I know a lot of people love Scarfie. So if you like Scarfie, feel free to buy this. I also have a green Scarfie, just one. I started working on a project for it. It's green and black. So I was knitting and I just took the project off the needles. So the project's in here, but the green and black is still there. I can show you if you want to see what the green and black looks like, but it's so gorgeous. But yeah, so you would just have to frog that work. So next is probably about 80% of this Bernat Softy Baby. This is the color Soft Lilac. It's a very soft yarn. It's definitely very baby skin soft. Personally, I do not like crocheting with it. I find that it splits a lot on me, but some people really like this yarn, so I think it's one of those personal choice yarns. Okay. This is a full ball of Bernat Softy Chunky. This is the color, they recommend an 8mm hook. It's the color dark green. It's a 6 super bulky, 100% acrylic, 3.5 ounces, 108 yards. So this is the color right here. Very, very pretty, very warm. Makes a great like hat or something like that. I think I only have one of these left. I think I used the other ones or something. Someone gave me that when I taught them how to knit or something. Here's that, what I thought was like a half ball of that color that I talked about. 1 second. Okay. So the next is yarn that I've dyed personally. All of this is 100% cotton. One of them is in the process of being frogged, so if you want it completely frogged, I can do that, but it's up to you. So the first is, sorry, gotta reach behind you. The first is this shade. So it is still very bright, but it's not quite, it's kind of like a little bit duller than what I wanted. This is 200 grams, like all this is gonna be 200 grams of this rainbow cotton. It's hand dyed by me. This was actually the first attempt that I had. So if you want to make anything out of this, if you want to frog it yourself, I don't give a shit, like whatever. And like just to show you in comparison to what like my yarn looks like now, what the ultimate goal is, like this is this now, this is the first attempt, and then this is what I have now. So this is what I was going for, and this is what I got. So it's not that this is bad, it's just that I was going for this. Um, so, uh, so yeah, this is 200 grams, 2 skeins of 100 gram balls. Yeah. And then my next attempt, lots brighter, but still not quite there. So this is my second attempt, and this is my last. This is like the ultimate attempt. So you can see there's not a lot of difference. If you put them together in a project, which I did, you will notice a difference. But this is still a little bit less bright than the total neon that I managed to achieve with this one. So I do think that, like, I'd be willing to sell this. This again is 200 grams. It's just kind of rolled up in kind of like cake ball form. I just hand rolled it. I don't. There's no method to my madness. So like, just don't. Just don't. The next ones are my Trans Pride. Uh, Skeins. So each of these is 100 grams. So this is what it looks like worked up on a knitting machine. And this was my first attempt, as was this one. So, and they're not, see, I was learning a lot. So, each of them is 100 grams. You can see that they have a really nice variation, even in the beginning, of like blue, a little bit of white. I really wanted the white to stand out a little bit more, and then like a little bit of pink. The blue really is the prominent color here, and that was the standard for my first 2 skeins. So these skeins will not match these skeins, if you were wondering. So 200 grams. I can look up yardage for you if you are interested in buying them. But they're 100% cotton. They're made out of uh, uh, peaches and cream. I felt like that slurp noise. It's really gross. Made out of peaches and cream, but the whole dyeing process did make them a lot softer. They're dyed using tie-dyes, whereas these are dyed using, they're used for tie-dye, but they're all, the rainbow one, but they're like higher quality dyes. So this is just using like a tie-dye kit, just to kind of get to know the colors a little bit better. And then my next round, I managed to disperse the colors a little bit more, get a little bit more white in there, and pink, and really get the colors that I wanted. So, I know they don't look great. Sorry, I'm still learning a lot. I am still selling my hand-dyed yarns on my Etsy, but these, because they're my first attempts and me just trying, I will sell at a heavily discounted price because they're me learning. So like, someone might have a need for this amount of yarn. Okie dokie. So let's get to the fun stuff. Okay, so I have 2 bags. From Ice Yarn. Now, these are the same colors. It is a dark green. I was gonna make a sweater for myself, and then I was like, I don't want to do that. So this is, I believe, a discontinued color. Yeah, it's Sail Winter. It's, I believe it's 40% acrylic and 60% wool. The color is dark khaki. It's a very nice dark green. Very easy to work with. I started, like, I did like a little bit. Very easy to work with. I bought 16 balls because I had no idea how much I was working with. They're 50 grams each, and let me see. I'm sure the yardage is somewhere, but I don't know where that is. So, quite a bit of this dark green. So if you want to make yourself a sweater, this will probably work for you. Okay, so now we're getting into the skeins of hand-dyed yarn, higher quality yarns, what have you. So some of this yarn I bought, some of this I was gifted, and so I just want to share with you what I have. So these 2 are hand-painted, hand-dyed superwash merino, from Ice Yarns. It came in a set of 2. It's 100% superwash, 100 grams, 200 meters, and it recommends, or it's a 4-weight, yarn. They are very vibrant blue and green shades. They are so pretty. So pretty. I get overwhelmed just looking at them, and that's kind of why they've sat here for so long, is because I just haven't really been able to take the plunge and just use them. There's also like kind of a purple right there. Can you see that? It's like blue. It's purple. That's purple. Yeah, so it's like blue, purple, green. That's super pretty. It gets prettier the more you look at it. Oh my gosh. That's not fair. Okay, let me find all of these. Okay, so the next one. So I always struggle with saying this name, so please don't judge me. So this is from Baracco. Still not sure. No one's corrected me. This is Peruvia. It is 100% Peruvian Highland wool. This is in, so it's 3.5 ounces, 174 yards, 100% Peruvian Highland wool made in Peru. The color is 23. Hand wash in cool water and lay flat to dry. So this is a beautiful deep teal. Like, I think the color it's a solid color. There's if there's any variation, it's very slight and it's tonal. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 of these that are just gorgeous and begging for someone who has yarn skills to just take them away. Because I've sat on these I haven't really sat on these, but I have paralysis about using nice yarn. I just do. I get nice yarn sometimes, very rarely. And now I really don't, because I know what happens. I get nice yarn and then I don't know what to do with it. I'm afraid of frogging it. Wool tends to be harder to frog, and then I don't know what to do. I don't make like big, nice things. So someone, please, please, please love these. Okay, so the next ones. Okay, so the next one, there's another one. Okay, so these are from Mojave. Oh, okay, I have 6 of them. It is 60% cotton, 40% linen, 185 yards or 170 meters. It's 50 grams per hank. It is a 2 fine weight, and they recommend a 3.5 to a 4 millimeter hook, hand wash or machine wash, cold, dry, flat, low iron, no tumble dry. The color is Prussian blue, which if you know the color Prussian blue, or if you look it up, that's exactly the color. There's no me trying to describe it that will be better than just looking it up the name. Not Russian, but Prussian with a P before the Russian. So I have 6 of these that of course would love to have a home where they are appreciated, which is not here. Okay, and then I've got 3 of these also from Baracco. So this is the Ultra Alpaca, and this is 50% alpaca, 50% wool, 3.5 ounces, 215 yards, hand wash in cool water, lay flat to dry. Dye lot is, or not dye lot, color is 6262. The color isn't quite like a pea soup. It's more like a muted color names. It's kind of like, it's like if you dulled down the color spring green that a lot of lines have, I feel like that's what this would look like. It's not like, to the eyes. It's very like soothing. It's much more soothing than a spring green, but it's still kind of got that vibe. Let's see what weight that they said. Did they say? They didn't say the weight. I'm going to put this at a 4. Yeah, I'm going to put that at a 4. So I've got 3 of these bad boys just ready for you to take them. By take them, I mean pay me and then take them. Okay, so these 2 are the same, right? Curl that one. Tie that one up pretty weird, but okay. I just don't do things with hanks much, so I'm like, what do I do? Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. Okay, so I have 2 of these. So this is Alpaca Cloud. This is from Nitpicks. This is Alpaca Cloud fingering weight. The color is Thomas. It's black. It's black. 200 yards or 50 grams. So I have 2 of them, a total of 100 grams. And they recommend a hook size B to E. It's 100% superfine alpaca, hand wash cold, dry flat. The color is N5 and it's made in Peru. Again, this is from Nitpicks. It's the Alpaca Cloud fingering weight. 2 of those suckers. Imagine just beautiful, beautiful lace work with that. Or just whatever you want. I don't care. I'm not judging you. You're judging you. Who's judging? I don't even know who's judging who. Are we judging each other now? I don't want to do that. Okay, so I've got 2 of these little babies. So this is from Cascade Yarns. It is the 220 Superwash Sport. It is 100% Superwash Merino. It is a light 3-weight. It is 50 grams or 136.5 yards. It recommends a 3.5 to, 4.25 to 5 millimeter machine wash cold, tumble dry low. It's made in Turkey. The color is 821. I would say that this is kind of like a daffodil color. It's not mustardy at all. It's like just a very nice, like softer yellow, but not so soft that you won't notice it. Like you'll see that there's yellow in there. Very pretty, very soft. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll give Superwash a chance, but then I always get scared. So I've got 2 of these that are really, really gorgeous. Next is another Mojave, 60% cotton, 40% linen, 185 yards. And this is a 2-weight fine, says a hook size E to G. Machine wash or hand wash cold, dry flat, low iron, do not tumble dry. And this is in the color pickle. Pickle is not the word I would ever describe this with. Just because it's green doesn't mean it's pickle. I would say that this is... What color are you? Trying to describe colors is really difficult. I would say that this is like a vivid pastel spring green with like no yellow in it. No yellow. It's just like a very cool, like cool toned green that's like a vibrant pastel, if that makes sense. So I just have 1 of these. Next, we have from Nitpicks, we have the Heatherly Sport Weight. This is in the color Peach Fuzz, which I think is a really nice name for it. It's a little less orange than the name might indicate. It's definitely a little bit more pink, but it does have that tiny of like orange tone. It's 328 yards, 100 grams. It is a 2-weight, which... I mean, I could argue for 3-weight, but who cares? It's 80% acrylic, 20% merino wool, hand wash, dry flat. recommends a F5 hook. Color is V076, made in Peru. Very nice. Oh my gosh, the beautiful things that you can make with this yarn. You shut your mouth. You just shut your mouth. This is the same yarn in a different color. So that was Peach Fuzz. This is Heatherly Sport Weight. Was it Sport Weight too? Yeah, it was, right? Yeah. This is Heatherly Sport Weight, but it's in the color Butter. Again, naming. Okay. I would say that this is in kind of like a very light hay color. It's like it's got like the buttery tones, but it's not like super saturated. It's more like a cream, like a dark cream. 328 yards, same old spiel. Color is V078. And then the last of the fancy yarns. So this is Illimani Amelie. This yarn is crazy soft, and it's a tube yarn, which gives me like a lot of like Ice Yarn's Picasso vibes. Like just the feel of it is like it's like Ice Yarn. It's Picasso yarn basically, but it's solid. It's in this beautiful mint color. So it is 60, and this is definitely not the same yarn combination to get that. So it is 56% mulberry silk, 40% baby alpaca, 4% merino. It is 164 yards. Let's see. Made in Peru, hand wash only, do not bleach, do not tumble dry, do not yarn, do not iron, do not yarn, do not yarn. The color is ZL85. This is a mint color. It has this beautiful, beautiful halo. It feels just so, it feels like you're holding like a baby bunny in your hands, perhaps. It's like softer than baby kitten, like baby bunny. In your hands. It's super soft. It's got this nice, just like tube texture. I would say that it's a 4-weight, solid 4-weight. And it's just, oh my gosh, it is lovely. So, those are the main yarns I'm selling. I have some other, so I do have some other yarns that if anyone's interested, I can pull out. I have a fair amount of Dollar Tree Just yarn. I have Dollar Tree Dream chenille. So those come in variations of pinks and reds. They're solids, but I have a couple of each. I have Dollar Tree Just chenille. Let's see. I have this like loops and threads impeccable in like a stone gray color. I think I maybe got 3 to 5 of those. I have a bunch of like decorative yarn and things like that that's just kind of hard to show all at once. So I would just, hey, Winter. So if you were like interested in just like decorative yarns, I could just put them all in a bag and just throw a price on it. So like if anyone wants some of the yarn, also I have things like some like beginner resin making. I have a beginner resin making kit with most of the resin. It's the air dry resin, like the epoxy resin, not the UV resin. And I use probably 25% of that. They come in bottles like this. I use probably about 25% of that. You can make necklaces and stuff with that. And then I also separately bought a coasters, so 4 coaster molds and then a coaster holder mold. And so I'd probably try to sell all of that together because resin just isn't my jam. I've got some like glitters, like loose glitters. that I can sell. I've got sewing patterns. A lot of those patterns are corset patterns. Unfortunately for me, like 75% of them are sizes that your feet went to sleep. Zach, I'm trying to sell like everything I got because I'm moving and I don't have space and I need money. So I know shipping to Canada is no joke, so I totally understand. But yeah, so this is I'm just if you rewatch the replay, if you are potentially interested in any of the yarn, I'm gonna try to give it away as cheaply as I can. Because it's more important for me to get it out the door, but shipping unfortunately is just it's a nightmare. Um, I do have like so I have sewing patterns. A lot of the sewing patterns are on the smaller side, like I can't fit into them. But I have a lot of corset patterns that are like I have both like this and sewing is weird, right? Because sewing has not updated their sizing since like the 1950s. So like most average people would not be able to fit in like the small category anyways. But like so like this they're small and they're larger sizes. Some of them I do have both patterns. I'd like to get rid of all my patterns at the same time because some of them are like out and like I also have some fabrics, some really cool fabrics that I'd be happy to show if anyone was interested in those. I mean, chances are it's likely that it's cheaper for you to get them from where you are if you're in a long distance away from me. But if you like some of my hand dyed yarn, my first attempts, I'm selling for super cheap. And then because like I like now I just I'm probably not going to use them. And then, just like a lot of crafty stuff that I have like lying around. So if you want to watch the replay, if there's anything that you're interested in, you want to know how much it would be, how much shipping would be, just email me. My email is in the description below. It's Ian's Weirdo Emporium at gmail.com. And if you can't get anything, that's fine. I might have to donate some of this stuff, which makes me really sad because I'd like it to go to my friends and I'd also like to make money off of it. Another thing that I am selling is my Centro 48, my first Centro 48. This Centro is having some problems. And it's not like every stitch is a problem. It just has frequent enough problems that it makes it a little bit difficult for me to use. So I will give that away if you just pay shipping. Just because like I don't know how to I don't have the patience to keep fixing stitches and stuff like that. But yeah, so like if you want a Centro 48 and I will give it to you, just pay shipping. And then just yeah, lots of arts and crafts stuff, some paints. I have this really large easel I want to get rid of, but honestly, like shipping that would be so ridiculously stupid. So, anyways, yeah. So if anything looks interesting, I just I need to make space. I'm moving to a much smaller place, and I won't have room for all of this. And like I said, I could donate it and probably will have to donate some, but I'd like to try to make money if I can because I need it. So, yeah, so I also have, like a ton of like anti-pilling yarn that I don't usually, I use it, but I could part with some of it if you're really looking for something specific. I have some variegated yarn that I got from a friend, and it's like a speckled yarn. It's very pretty, but it's very like it's like I have like 7 balls of it, balls of them, and like each one is like the color of the rainbow. Very very pretty. I think they're from Knit Picks. I am in the U.S., Mimi. I'm in North Carolina. But yes, so I do have the speckled yarn, and it's in every color of the rainbow. And then I think there's like a black and gray one. Very, very pretty. I can get those out and show you if you want. There's so much. There's just so much. There's so much yarn. And like honestly, like I really want the Hanks to go to a nice place more than anything else. Unforgettable Gossamer. Don't know what that is, so I'm assuming no. Um, uh, no. So, if you watch the replay, I showed most of what I'm selling. If you are interested in something specific like that, you can always ask. Um, but, uh, but yeah, so those are like the main stash busting elements that I'm trying to get rid of. Um, I have like some fleece, some Halloween fleece that I never got around to using. Things like cookie cutters and stuff like that. I have so much shit. So yeah. So I'm gonna end this video now. I'll let anyone who's interested in purchasing something rewatch this, replay this live, so that you can see. So uh, so I have some that are Hanks that are dyed, but I did not dye them. And then I had ones that I've dyed that are 100% cotton. Yeah, so everything I dyed personally is 100% cotton. And they all come in 200-gram dye lots. I'll say. Um, so so yeah, but then there's some beautiful, beautiful things that I have that I have so much shit. I have so much shit. So yeah, I'll let you all rewatch this if you're interested in buying anything. And then just let me know. You can email me with any questions you have, and I'll try to respond as soon as possible because this stuff needs to go out ASAP. So I'll talk to you